You can download First on Scene by either searching for it on the App Store or scanning the QR code on screen now. I'm going to talk us through creating an account, adding new AEDs, and then how it would look if you have multiple people working on this maintenance for a single AED and or multiple people monitoring AED maintenance. And then finally, how do you actually perform maintenance checks when they're necessary? So once you have the app downloaded, go ahead and open it up. Tap on the AED manager in the bottom left-hand corner of the screen, and then create an account. Here, I would recommend creating an account for the business or organization rather than individual. Also using a business email and a generic password. That is only because if you do have multiple people working on the same account, and or if you do have one account that's being passed from person to person as a responsibility of AD maintenance changes. Once you've created an account, go ahead and log in. And there we go. Next, we're going to talk through creating a new AED. So as you can see, you're going to tap on create new AED. Under collaborators, you're going to first want to put yourself. And that's going to be either by searching for the name you used or the email that you used. Next, if you do have multiple people working on the same AED, this is generally going to be done for larger organizations that have multiple AEDs and or somebody that's monitoring the AED maintenance. That's not the person conducting the maintenance. You're going to want to add them as a collaborator as well. For this, we're going to be using my personal account. You're going to want to add the brand, the building name, building address, and description. These can be as detailed as you would like. All of this is going to be only visible by those that are actually collaborators on the AED, not visible to anybody else. And so this is really meant for yourself. And then finally, we're going to be adding the expiration dates for the pads and the batteries. Um, these are going to be really important because they have a much longer expiration date. This can be anywhere from 2 to 5 years, and so you don't really want necessarily need to be checking the expiration dates all the time. Once you put them in once, you'll always be able to check on them, and then when it gets closer to that date, you can start worrying about it. Lastly, you're going to add the last checked, and then your next check. So let's say you had multiple people working on the same AED. In the example, I added myself, which was the first on scene company account, and then my personal account. So if you were to then log into my personal account, email, password, and signing in, where you can see that the exact same AED we created on the other account is visible here, including all the same information. And then you can also have the exact same, you'll be able to see the same maintenance things, which we're going to talk about next. So when it's time to perform maintenance, as you can see, the next check is now in red rather than the black it was in before. This just means that that a check is overdue. Go ahead and complete check now, and here you can write whatever test you're completing. This is left open that way because different manufacturers have different requirements for maintenance. You tap on the top right-hand corner of this screen, you can see a clock icon, and when you press that, you can see any past maintenance that you performed, essentially like a chronological log. Once you've completed the maintenance, you're going to want to press the edit icon again in the top right. Go ahead and change your last check to today, and then your next check to whenever that is. Typically, that's either going to be a monthly check or an annual check. Once you've updated everything, you're all set until you need to perform your next maintenance.